Are you having knee pain and discomfort during your lunges? This is very common and a lot of people feel this discomfort during the lunges. A lot of cracking in the knee, sharp pain, shooting. Well, there's techniques that you can apply to help you take that pressure off and make it a lot more comfortable to do your lunges and not feel that annoying knee pain that will literally stop you. I hear it all the time where people will not do lunges because of that knee pain. So hopefully this video helps you take that pressure off so you can start to do your lunges once again. Let's go ahead and take that pressure out of that knee and let's get you moving in your lunges. So very important is the setup of the footwork. Let's get straight to the point immediately. Sometimes in the lunges, the foot will be deviated to the outside or the inside. This is very important. You want your knee to track straight and direct over ankle or slightly behind the ankle, depending on what lunge you're doing. So straight off the bat, super quick correction. Look at your foot, make sure it is not crooked to the outside or not crooked to the inside. You want that nice straight line so your knee can drive nice and straight, not crooked to the outside. Check, check, check. Check your footwork. Second, I'm going to check the back foot. You don't want the back foot to be pointed in a weird angle. This is also going to throw off the back knee. So you want both the feet to be nice and aligned. You want the front foot straight, you want that back foot straight. So when you do go down into your lunge, you're tracking the knees in a nice direction, not in awkward directions, okay? This can happen. Such a quick fix. This might resolve the problem immediately. So now we have the awareness of the front foot straight and the back foot straight. Your legs are in nice alignment and your knees are ready to go through that nice straight line. Now, the next is the hip hinge. After getting your footwork straight, it doesn't matter if you let your knees go over your ankles or keep them behind. Both are fine. But one thing that does not change is your hip hinge. You want to make sure you're driving the hips back, no matter how far forward or back the knee is. The knee can be here in a hip hinge. The knee can be here in a hip hinge. It can be hip hinge here. The hip hinge is for certain. So quickly go ahead. Now that you have your footwork set up nice and straight, hands to the hips, hinge your hip back, put that weight into the glutes, and then descend, feeling the weight and the strength coming from the glutes. So you're lowering down, using your stronger muscles, using your glute muscles that help to drive your legs. Once again, the knee can go forward, right? But there's a difference when the hip does not go back. The hip is forward here. Hip hinge, knee can stay to the front. So you can have that bend in the knee, but you want to make sure you have that hip hinge lowering down. Okay? Hip hinge, knee more back. Hip hinge, lunge, traditional. You want to feel that crease of the hip draw back. So you want to feel that deep crease of hip. That's a good way to tackle it. You have your foot aligned. You know where you're putting your weight. You know where you're putting your strength is in that glute, which drives the leg eventually. So you'll be powering through some muscles that are much stronger and effective. You don't want to let the foot roll to the side, lift the toes off, lift the heels off. You don't want that. You want to make sure that you keep that footwork connected to the ground once you initiate that hip hinge. So you have your footwork connection, hip hinge. As you're lowering down, your big toe is on the ground, your pinky toe is on the ground, your heel is in the ground, and that's going to give you that support you need to come back up again. If the weight or if the heel is not connected and the heel is lifting and you're falling to the toes, you can fall forward. If your toes are up, it's a little bit unstable to come back up. Full connection to your foot. So I'm going to give an example on the other side because this side is burning. Right foot is forward, left one is back. Traditional lunge. Very straight, nice and aligned. The hip hinges back. You descend down. You can bend that knee, but now the toes are all connected. My right foot wanted to do a little bit of something weird. So I made sure I gripped that big toe, pinky toe, and had that heel pressure into the ground. Then you're able to, after you have that hip driven, those toes, big toe, pinky toe, heel into the ground, you can lift back up again. Let's try that again. Front foot is straight, back foot is straight. Hip hinge, the descend that is down with the footwork, big toe, pinky toe, heel, all connected, 3 points. And then connection, alignment, driving of that hip, pushing back up again. The lunge is an important, essential move that you don't want to avoid. As you see, we do it to tie our shoe and to pick things up off the floor. So practice this, and I hope this helps.